crafting all night long with Tammy. Spooky projects feel so jammy. Fake Bake Diaries, our delight. Halloween, we own the night.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fake Bake Diaries. My name is Tammy, and today is our final part 3 of the Ghost Walking Dog. I'm so excited to show you how I finished all of this off. Part 3 is the episode where the final touches are put on all the parts of my Ghost Walking Dog, and we get to see him in all his glory. I don't want to keep you any longer. Let's get going on part 3. The scratch coat on the ghost has dried, and I'm ready for the second coat. I've mixed it up. It's very thick. I added less boost and more of the smooth coat and give it a good mix together. For this coat, I'm going to start filling in any of the deep gouges, any of the holes, and going in and along all these gaps. Some of these gaps are going to require a couple of coats, so it's best to start with putting a first coat on just in those areas.
It's that time of year, Code Orange is here. Shelf stock full of fright, decor in orange light. Crafters hustle and race, pumpkin spice embrace. Witch hats and candy corn, spooky things adorn. Code Orange, let's go, haunted dreams on show. Goblins in the aisles, making spooky smiles. Ghosts and ghouls we make, props and crafts we bake. Skeletons and more, Halloween decor. Halloween's in sight, craft till morning light. Spiders on the wall, creepy fun for all. Crafters hustle and race, pumpkin spice embrace. Witch hats and candy corn, spooky things adorn. Code Orange, let's go, haunted dreams on show. Goblins in the aisles, making spooky smiles. Ghosts and ghouls we make, props and crafts we bake. Skeletons and more, Halloween decor. Halloween's in sight, craft till morning light. Spiders on the wall, creepy fun for all. Code Orange, let's go, haunted dreams on show. Spiders on the wall, creepy fun for all, making spooky smiles.
I finished putting on my first coat of foam coat, and he's looking so cute. Look at that smile. So I have one coat on. It's not particularly thick, and I didn't put it on smooth. My goal for this coat was to give everything an initial cover and fill in any gaps. And I think he's turning out pretty good. Today I'll start putting the final coat on. For this coat, I will do my best to smooth down the smooth coat and fill in any other gaps that I think might need it.
She walks with a dog, ghostly Emma so bright. Through fog and the smoke, every night without fail. Through cobbled streets, whispers tell her tale of footsteps and feet. She's a ghost with a smile, walks her dog every mile. In the dark of the night, a sight so bizarre yet right.
I've been working on him for over an hour, and it's time for me to take a break. but he is looking so cute. I probably have another hour left to go on him. If you notice his eyes, one of them is bigger than the other. On my next, oh, hello, Percy. On my next round, I'm going to take a look at this eye and make it a little bit smaller and see if I can even them out. It's all coming together. If there's any unevenness that needs to be covered, then I'll cover it on this last hour. But at this point, he's looking really good. I did not put a second coat on here yet, so one light coat will take all of these away. And he is just looking great. I'm so excited. He's almost finished. The macaron hat is ready for its first coat of foam coat. Right now it only has a scratch coat. I have my foam coat ready and mixed. I have my water so that I can take water and smooth out any areas that I'd like to smooth out. I also have disposable gloves. I have noticed when working with larger projects that your hands may get sore from smoothing this product out. So I've turned to latex gloves to smooth everything out. And only at the end, when I need to do an absolute final smooth, do I take my gloves off and use my bare hands. That's been working the best. Okay, let's get to it.
October brings the challenge where neighbors go all out to show off creepy decor and fill the town with shouts. The Smiths hung rubber cobwebs, they got ghosts upon their trees. The Johnsons carved out pumpkins with scary families.
Now I'm going to let this dry. Right around the edges here, we'll need one more coat and I'll smooth it in all the way up to the top. I also might do underneath. So once this top coat is dry, off camera, I'll finish the rest and then I'll be back. The macaron hat is dry. It's nice and solid. I have a hole that I can use to place this on top of the ghost head. Now I'm going to use my quick dry tacky glue.
Billy down the street now. As they creak and they swing, Jenny's got her werewolf.
I'm going to use my fluorescent orange glitter from Hemway and give it a sprinkle.
Comes together to laugh at ghosts and tunes.
I'm going to let this dry for about half an hour and then I'll be back. This has been drying for about half an hour. Now I want to be able to work underneath. I also don't want to handle the top and have my glitter fall off. So I'm going to take my Duraclear gloss varnish and mix it in with my fluorescent orange glitter. That way I can add a little bit more glitter on top. At the same time, I'll be keeping this shine of the glitter and sealing this in so that I can handle it after.
It's the haunted art showdown.
I put this out in the sun and it dried very quickly. So now I'm going to do the bottom.
Haunted art showdown every October.
For my cherry on top, I'm going to use this faux rabbit fur. I purchased it from Temu. You can see that it's stitched. I'm going to take my scissors and undo this stitching.
Crafting up a spooky tree, fake poison apple can't be. Witches cackle, eyes so white, magic brewing by my side. Apple red and toxins fake, little kids' hearts gonna quake. Brew it fake, mix it right, for a bit of Halloween fright. Ghoulish apple tastes so sweet, fake poison makes it mean. that you ever seen. Crafting marvels for the night, giving tricks a spooky bite. In the cauldron, stir it slow, make it shimmer, make it glow. Fake's the magic that we make, giving all a little shake. Spooky baskets, gifts abound, laughter rising all around. Lace it up with dream and scream, fake poison apple, Halloween gleam. In the cauldron, stir it slow, make it shimmer, make it glow. Little shake. Spooky
I'm going to let the
baskets,
bottom
gifts
dry,
abound,
and I'll be back
laughter
in about
rising
half an
all
hour.
around. Lace it up with dream and scream, fake poison apple, Halloween gleam.
I'm ready to piece the rest of the dog together. Off screen, I carved out the bottom of some of the cones and just made it look a little bit wavy all the way around. And I made them go up and down as if they were flowing a bit while the dog's walking. I took the nose and head outside. I did a very quick sanding and took some of the edges off. And I did the same thing down here in the cones. So if I shaved this down, I took the sandpaper and gave it a quick smooth. And that was with a 60 grit sanding sponge. I have already put these little pink dots where I think everything is going to sit. And now I'm going to put it together. First piece I'm going to put on is the head. So I've marked a spot here and I've marked a spot that's close to this upper edge because I would like the poodle's head to go up. To attach them together, I'll use my foam fusion glue along with these lollipop sticks.
Ghosts and goblins bar, styrofoam and clay in hand, crafting all night, it's grand. Witches, bats, and a cat so black, paint and glitter piled in a stack. On TV, the Fake Bake Show, watch the spooky crafts glow. Crafting in the night, under eerie light, whispers from the walls in this haunted hall. Spooky masks and ghostly faces, cobwebs taking up their places. Black cat sneaks by, warlock spells.
For the poof on the top of the head, this is the ball that I cut the bottom off, and it's to sit right here on the head.
In the air, haunted cross everywhere. Crafting in the night, under eerie light, whispers from the walls in this haunted hall. Hidden in the night, under eerie light, whispers from the walls in this haunted hall. Spooking in the night, under eerie light, whispers from the walls in this haunted hall. Spooky masks and ghostly faces, cobwebs taking up their places, modeling clay turning gray, crafting fun won't go away. Black cat sneaks by, warlock spells, Hear the crafting stories it tells, glitter flying in the air, haunted crafts everywhere.
I like it. I'm going to let everything dry and be back for the next part. It's time to put a hard coat on the dog. Off screen, I took a little bit of spray foam and spray foamed in the back of her head where there was a hollow piece, and I filled in with a small piece of styrofoam here, just so that it was filled in between the ears and the head. Now for the hard coat, I like to use Hot Wire Foam Factory all-purpose foam coat. The first coat I'm going to put on is a thin scratch coat. Normally it's 3 parts all-purpose foam coat to 1 part either water or boost. I'm going to add a bit more boost. The scratch coat is a very light coating that will allow the next coat of the foam coat, which will be much thicker, to adhere to it much better. In here, I measured it up to about 3 ounces, the 3-ounce line. I'll pour in 1 ounce and see how watery that is. And go from there.
In the night so dark and deep, where the shadows love to
This looks like a really great
Lilith
runny scratch coat.
rises
And I'm
from
using
her
a paintbrush
sleep,
that's
pink
fairly soft.
skeleton queen, secrets keep. Golden crown on her head gleams, crystal ball shows eerie dreams. Walking through the haunted scenes, she gleams where the ghost light streams. Lilith, Lilith, shining bright in the spooky Halloween night. Skeleton queen, a chilling sight, dancing in the pale moonlight.
She's fully covered in a scratch coat. I'm going to watch for drips over the next 5 minutes or so and then let her dry overnight. I'm finished my first layer on this side. I've softened up all of those indents to make them wavy, and I filled in as much as I can around every place where anything connected to or where there was a space that I wanted to fill. For deeper areas like this, I'll put on a second coat, but I've put on a coat here, around it here, around the neck, softened up all of the lines in here, and I'm going to work my way around. Now I'm going to soften up on this side.
Nightfall, wings spread wide and tall. She's not scary at all, just likes a spooky ball. Moonlight on her feathers, you'd think she writes love letters, but she's got spooky matters underneath the tatters. Viola's dancing on the mist, waltzing through the autumn twist. Her playful charm, a Halloween kiss, ghostly fun you can't resist. Creeping through the graveyard, though it might seem real hard, she's greeting every card in the spooky dark yard. Pumpkin glow reflects her flight, her tails unfurled by twilight, chilling in the eerie night, yet her laugh is our delight. Cobwebs and shadows swirl around, Viola lifts without a sound. In ghostly loop she's fairy bound, enchanting every ghastly ground. Moonlight on her feathers, you'd think she writes love letters, but she's got spooky matters underneath the tatters. Viola's dancing on the mist, waltzing through the autumn twist. Colors and shadows swirl around. Viola lives without a sound. In ghostly loops she's fairy bound, enchanting every ghastly ground.
I finished putting on my second coat of thick foam coat in the areas that had big gouges or where all of my balls connected together. I also put a second coat on the entire nose. So this is what it's like with its second coat. I got up under the neck. I also built up the head a little bit in here to make a smoother transition. All of the balls still only have a scratch coat on them, and a lot of these cones here at the bottom also only have a scratch coat on them. But in between, where there were all of those big gaps, those have all been filled in. All of these bottom areas are all filled in. I am not touching the bottom yet. Unless I need some touch-ups at the very end, the coat I'm putting on right now will be the final coat. And it will be a consistency that's a little less thick than this filler coat that I was putting on to fill in the gaps. It's important that I feather out all of the edges and create as smooth a surface as possible.
We gather round, ghostly whisper, spooky sound. Craft room filled with tricks and treats. Fake bake sweet, no bitter beats. Crafting in a haunted house. Witches laughing, ghouls arouse. Pumpkin pies and ghostly cake. Halloween fun for goodness sake. Cobwebs hang from spooky eaves. Steal a glance at autumn leaves. Hands at work on witches brew. Crafting magic for the crew. Crafting in a haunted house. Witches laughing, ghouls arouse. Pumpkin pies and ghostly cake. Halloween fun for goodness sake. From spooky eaves, steal a glance at autumn leaves. Hands at work on witches brew, crafting magic for the crew. Crafting in a haunted house, witches laugh and ghouls arouse. Pumpkin pies and ghostly cake, Halloween fun for goodness sake. Crafting in a haunted house, witches laugh and ghouls arouse. Pumpkin pies and ghostly cake, Halloween fun for goodness sake.
Knock on the door tonight. Masked faces and spooky sights. Got the basket in my hand, filled with treats for the band. They reach out with a grin for the goodies held within. But oh no, what have I done? Crafts instead of Halloween fun. Trick or craft in the bags, woven clay and paper tags. No candy, just glue and paste.
Now, if you notice partway through, I got some water and I would just put a tiny bit on my hands and rub them and go over top to smooth everything out if it starts to get dry. You're working this product as it dries. So until it actually dries, you can continue to smooth the tops of them. And that's how I get it as smooth as possible. And as it dries, continue to feather your edges. That's going to be the key to making everything work together. And I also love this product because I can stop at any point. As long as I feather my edges right down, I can just pick up where I left off and everything will feather in with your finger. This is as far as I'm going to go right now. I want to let this dry before I continue on because it'll make it easier for me to handle the bottom. Right now, the ghost is filled with dust. So I'm going to take these 3 damp rags, wipe him down, make sure I get into every little section and crook and cranny and get all of that dust out. After his damp dusting, I'll make sure that he's dry before I continue on. His eyes are still not matching all that well. So I think I'm going to work on them a little bit more, but I do want to get this spray painted. I'm going to use white spray paint. Some of this inside is not quite dry, so I'll avoid a lot of the insides of the eyes. They might get a bit of overspray, but that's it.
Halloween's coming fast. Tammy's got the tricks and treats, making goals out of foam sheets. Fake Bake Diaries on the screen, glitter which is quite the scene. Glow in the dark apples too, sweet clay ghosts for me and you. Crafting all night long with Tammy, spooky projects feel so jammy. Fake Bake Diaries, our delight.
To put on the macaron hat, I have a dowel that I poked through the hole at the bottom of the hat. And I have a hole that I left the entire time. This hole was left open and I can put the dowel in. That means I can dress them up any way that I want. Follow me on Facebook because I know between now and Halloween, I'm going to dress these guys up in all different ways. Thank you for joining me on my most ambitious project yet. I'm so excited that I have made my own ghost walking dog and I wanted to share it with you. See you soon.
Sugar rush sweetness, oh, it makes you